Hi, this is William from Great Affordable Watches, and today I'm going to review the BOLDR Expedition 1. And this is the re-release of the Expedition 1, and I've actually reviewed the original Expedition a few years back, so if you're interested, check that video out as well. But today I'm going to review the new Expedition 1, and this watch of course got the sand dial. But first, let's go through the specifications. The case is 41mm in diameter, the lug width is 20mm, the lug-to-lug length is 46mm, it is around 14mm thick to the sapphire crystal, it is water resistant down to 200 meters or 20 ATM, it got 2 screw down crowns, and this one is signed, and it got the Sellita SW200 movement, which we can see behind the see-through caseback. And the price of this watch is $700 US. And as I said before, this is the sand color, and I believe they have a few different color options, including a black dial. And personally, I prefer a black dial, but I think the shade of sand or the sand color on this dial looks really nice, and it's almost a bit like a salmon dial, or it reminds me a bit of that. And the case is of course all satin or blasted, which suits this type of expeditional explorer style. And as I said before, both crowns are screwed down, one crown operating the inner rotating bezel, and the other crown of course is operating the hands and winding mechanism. The seconds and the minute hand are black, the hour hand is orange, and we got the orange tip on the seconds hand as well. And the markers are painted in a dark gray color. If you can compare it to the black minute hand, you can see that the minute hand is a lot darker than the hour hand, and maybe the dial would look a bit sharper if the markers would have been deep black instead of gray, but I'm sure they have tested it out and they landed on this combination. But in my mind, I think deep black markers would look a bit better together with the deep black minutes and seconds hand, but that's just a small gripe from my side. And of course we got the date at 4 o'clock, which some people dislike, but considering the black frame and the sand color on the date wheel, I think it looks good. And on the case back we can see that the glass got a painting, and I believe this is a elevation map of some sort, which actually suits this type of watch perfectly. So yeah, that looks really good, but of course it's blocking the view of the movement, but I think that's a good trade-off because the SW200 is not the most pretty movement out there. So yeah, I think it looks good. Okay, let's do a wrist shot so you can see how it looks on my 7-inch wrist. Okay, here it is, and considering the size and the thickness, I think it looks really nice on my wrist. I prefer smaller watches, but I think it's thanks to the fairly compact or short lug-to-lug length of 46mm, I think it still wears really nicely considering the size. But I think this watch, in my opinion, would look even better at 39 or 40mm. But I'm sure that most people will find this size great. And another thing I really like is actually the strap. I think it's really comfortable, and personally I like this type of fabric strap, and with the metal holes it won't come apart when you size the strap, and I think the color actually looks really nice together with the dial. So yeah, that's actually a great thing in my opinion. So all in all, I think this is a really nice, well-built expedition watch with a interesting case and interesting design. And if I'm not mistaken, a lot of people liked the first expedition, so I'm sure a lot of people will like this one as well. At $700 US, the price is fairly steep, but I still think it's reasonable for what you're getting. But you can get a lot of watches at this price point. But yeah, it's a really well-built watch with the Swiss-made movement, and if you like the design of this watch, I think you can't go wrong with it. But of course, you can get a lot of other great watches at this price point, so that's one thing to keep in mind. But yeah, great watch overall, really well built. The finishing is good for the money, and the dial is really interesting with the sand color. Let me know what you think of this watch down in the comment section, and if you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye.